Welcome back. Have we got something to show you? Okay, I'm going to show you something that, unless you're like Z-Man or myself that are mechanics, you probably won't appreciate it. But it's stupid stuff like this that makes my life so much easier. Now, you guys know I fix vehicles all over hell and back, but Michael and Dean came up from the States to visit us. Now, they did this all on their own. I said no, I didn't want it done, and it didn't really matter. They're going to do it anyway. So, um, I'm going to say there's no way in God's green earth I could repay them, but I already done it. So, like, I put the engine in Dean's and did a whole bunch of stuff for Michael. I fixed a skidoo out of the blue, and his dad loved that. So, that's kind of cool. So, they thought they needed to do this for me. So, I really appreciate it. As you know, when we came back from Arizona, I was going to redo it all. I didn't know what the hell to do. Like, throw a toolbox in, life goes on. So, this is what we ended up with. Don't worry about the dirty truck. It hasn't stopped raining since we got home. So, this is what they built me. Now, when we first built this truck 5 years ago, I bought the rolling bed about 3 years ago, but never used it because we could never get it so that it worked for us. But now the boys, they set it up so that it works. Now it's 1,500 pounds, and it just pulls right out. So now you have everything on the side. You got everything right here. So of course, we got our racks, and we got our bins of cleaners and stuff. All my nuts and bolts right here. Now this one, if you don't remember, last year was way up on the front of the truck, and I had to climb in there to get it all the time. So this is a godsend. Now this is all my DeWalt stuff that I have a good friend, a very good friend, that I don't know if I should tell his name or not, but his name's Seven, and he gave me a whole bunch of DeWalt stuff for fixing his truck. And man, this stuff is pretty cool. I got some new batteries for it. And it's all working. We got nuts, bolts, and brake clean in this one. We put the ladder on the roof. Now, up in the front, I don't know let me turn the light on. Now, before there was nothing on the roof. So the boys put the light on, or put the plywood in. Get in there, Al. Slide right in there. Okay, now up front you see the 4 bins. Now the one is water, electrical, tape, and then there's an empty there. Yeah, an empty. Don't worry, we'll put something in it. So those stay up there. I don't use them very often, but with this walkway we got here now, I can get in there no problem. And the other thing we used to have a problem with was the boards that we put our trailer on. We only carry enough boards to lift one side. So that's why we got a 2x6 and a 1x6, or a 2x4, 1x6, and a 2x6. That's all we use. The solar batteries are up there. The water tank and the batteries are permanently mounted, and the inverter. Now they switch sides on the inverter, which isn't a big deal. And this is all just pushes right in, and it rolls really easy. Now this is what they call a rolling bed, so you can get them anywhere. Here's my little vise. I put my vices permanently mounted now out of the way. So now everybody says, well, how in the hell can you use that? You roll it out, and it works just fine. Okay, we got our funnel. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put my can crusher yet, but I got all this pipe wrenches and stuff there, my riveter, my funnels. We got the power cord over here now. Before it was on the roof. So we got our ladder up there. We got our shovel, our little rake, and our broom, and we got it all. Now this is pretty amazing. Like, everybody knew I had water on board, right? So what I did this year was I permanently mounted it. This is the water going in, so you take your garden hose, put the end, put it in there, fill up the tank. This is out, you put the garden hose on here, put it in there. No more adapters. It's just use one garden hose or two, whatever you use. It's got the taps on it and the pump. You just plug it in, pumps it all out. You don't have to hook it up or nothing anymore. So that's kind of cool. I like that. This one here is this is a major accomplishment because remember I had the toolbox. The toolbox is one of them things that was either too small or it was always in the way. You always had to move it. So now with this here, we got rid of the toolbox and we got all our screwdrivers and little picky things and screwdriver bits right here because that's mostly what you use. Your drill, impacts, we got now, instead of being in the back of the truck, they're here. Gloves, we got wrenches, metric and standard, and we got the axe. And then I have pens, and then we got shrink tubing and my spark plug wrenches, measuring tape, drill bits, and all that stuff in here. And then of course our Gorilla Tape. You don't leave home without it. So, now the big thing is this drawer. This is the godsend. Now, this is made in such a way that it's got slides on it. But the slides are just a guide because the drawer slides on the floor, on the base of the plywood, basically. That just keeps it from falling apart. So we got all our big wrenches in here, pliers and vice grips and pipe wrenches. And then I put my terminal kit here, electrical, which I use a lot, and my nuts and bolts. Now we're going to see if it works. This could all change within the first week or so. All my sockets and ratchets and all that are here now. Before, I couldn't stand my half-inch stuff up. I had to put it down. So this is a major accomplishment. So I'm really liking this. And the good part about this is I can get it out. It's a little tough for Elle, but I can get it out. And the thing is that it slides right in, and you just have to watch your fingers out of the way, and it slides right in. And then when you got it out, the good part about it is that we never had before was when you pull it out, you got a workbench now. We never had that before. We never had a workbench. And this is the cool part. Like, this is like super cool. I said, I need my compressor, but the compressor was always under your feet. You're always moving this thing, always. So they stuck it in there, which is a great idea. And then the DeWalt saw, which we got in California, and it works awesome. They used it to build this thing. And of course, this is my AC tools. I just take it. That's that set jack spot for me. So I just carry it. I don't use it very often, but I got it, right? And that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah. The only thing we got to put in here now is our little Champion generator and a can of gas and two lawn chairs. So we got lots of room now. So I'm really kind of interested to see how this all works out. I think it's going to be really nice. And of course we stained it. So now we're going to get some tin. Next time we go into the race car shop, we'll get a piece of tin off one of the sprint cars, and we'll put on there and make a metal bench out of it and just clean it up a bit so it gets clean. And of course Elle did an awesome job staining it, and yeah, I think it's going to work just fine. So yeah, the only spaces that's kind of dead is underneath the water tank, but we didn't want to put all the water tank weight on the bed. So I'm thinking we're probably around the 500-600 pound mark on the bed, so it's more than enough. And I'm liking it. I'm thinking I'm liking it. I think it's going to be really good. I can't say, of course, enough about Michael and Dean. They did an awesome job. And believe me, I had nothing to do with it. They did the whole thing. I was working on Dean's truck, and they were out there working. I have no idea what they're doing. So anyway, I'm going to leave that with you. It's just something that I know a lot of you people are kind of worried that I do a whole bunch of stuff and nothing ever gets done for me. It's not the case. And it's stuff like this that really makes it worth your while to do it, right? Because it's just the way it is. You know, we help everybody, helps everybody. So, Like I said, Dean and Michael, awesome job. Thank you very much.